Happy Monday. Hi, everyone. So, I'm Elena, and welcome to Pumpkin Corner Nursery. And I am responding. This is a response video to a subscriber who wanted me to show some of my babies. And I promised that I would do it. So, I'm going to keep my promise. I did post some pictures, but I'm going to show them. So, this is Laura, sculpted by Bonnie Brown, and I bought this off of, so let me slow down. Reborns.com is a website where there are hundreds of artists and collectors that sell completed reborns. That means when you see them on there, they are already painted, already rooted, or the hair might be painted on, or the hair might be rooted in, meaning each hair is like, this baby is rooted hair. Like, you can actually comb the hair and play in the hair. But some babies, the artist paints their hair on. It's called painted hair. And some artists do combi hair where it's painted and rooted. But anyway, I found Kimberly Marquise, prototype artist Kimberly Marquise, on reborns.com. So if you go on reborns.com, you can find a ton of vinyl reborns. And they all are at different prices. But they're authentic reborns, okay? So I'm going to put Laura back. And I named her Autumn. And the first baby I showed, the Johanna asleep, her name is Amber. So we got Autumn and Amber. The next lineup of babies are all going to be reborn and rooted by me. I've never done painted hair. Not really interested in painted hair. I like hair. So I like for my babies to have hair. I don't want to spend money on painted hair. I like rooted hair. Just a preference. I've seen some gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous babies with painted hair. So I'm not putting that down. That's just not my preference. So this is the Realborn Christopher Asleep. And the kit for the Realborn Christopher Asleep can be found on bountifulbaby.com. Bountifulbaby.com is where you can find the kit for this baby. Now, I know for a while they were out of some of the kits and they needed to restock. So I don't know if this baby is back in stock. And then I think that there were also some babies on bountifulbaby.com that might not be coming back in stock. So you have to go on there and see what they have. But Realborn Christopher Asleep, that's where I purchased the kit from. This is authentic. I have all my COAs for my babies. I keep my COAs cataloged in books, scrapbooks. So I like to scrapbook for the babies and keep things cataloged because I'm a collector. I'm not just a beginning artist. I'm a collector. I started off as a collector, right? So this is Josiah. This is my baby Josiah. So I'm going to put baby Jojo back. Okay. And then I have Adelaide by Samantha L. Gregory. And I just love that newborn scrunch. So this baby has the newborn scrunch. No matter whether you dangle his legs down or not, he has the newborn scrunch. And I just love this baby. And this is baby Ryan. And I reborn him and rooted his hair. And he is, again, the Adelaide kit by Samantha L. Gregory. And I'm thinking about making this baby one of the babies that might go with me because I think I want her to sign him. I think I'm going to get him signed. All right. So, and that's baby Ryan. The next baby is a preemie. And I reborn and rooted her as well. And this is Little Prim. Little Prim by Laura Lee Eagles. And she's so tiny, but she has that newborn scrunch as well. And she has an open hand and a closed hand. And a lot of my babies are closed-eyed. When I buy my babies, I like the closed-eye babies. Especially like if you go on an outing or something. When you go in public to test the realism. Because that's what it's all about, right? When you go in public and you test their realism, people for about 5 or 6 seconds, they don't know the difference. They think these babies are real. And it's just so fun. It is fun to me. But anyway, this is Little Prim, and I named her Kennedy. But yes, I reborn her. And now Little Prim. So let's see. I shop on Irresistibles, I think it's .com. I shop on Trueborns, I believe it's .com. And I shop at McPherson's.com. So that's where you can get blank, authentic kits from. Some people sell kits on Reborns.com too. I've seen blank kits sold on Reborns.com too. But that would be secondhand, meaning I bought the kit. Maybe I got an overwhelming amount of kits and I'm trying to get rid of some kits. So now I'm going to sell them on Reborns.com. But if you now some people buy directly from the sculptor. I have heard of that, where people buy babies directly from the sculptor. But a lot of people go on the 3 sites that I just named, Trueborns.com, Irresistibles.com, and McPherson's.com. People go on those sites and they buy babies from them, from their websites, and they're not completed, they're blank kits. So if you buy a blank kit and you don't know how to reborn it, that means you need to find an artist that will reborn the kit for you. And you kind of need to know how the artist does that. Because some people, depending on how they like to work with their clients, they may not want you to get the kit. They may want to get the kit and then they'll tell you how they want to do it. So you just need to figure out with each artist how that works. But anyway, you can find blank kits on these sites. And then I found people who, I call them hair representatives, but the people who sell the mohair, and goats, sheep, I'm not well versed on that yet, but I just know I'm buying mohair. Hey, I'm new to this, but after a while I'll be more equipped to speak on different topics, but I'm doing the best that I know how right now with the information that I know. But I know how to get my pictures off of Pinterest, show them the kind of baby hair I want, and then they send me the hair. And I know how to get the hair in the head. I know how to do that much, okay? And I know it's called mohair, and some babies, you can get human hair for them. It depends on what kind of hairstyle you want and what you're looking for. But anyway, I named this baby Kennedy. She is baby Kennedy. She is a preemie. So they got micro preemies, they got preemies, they have avatar babies. If you ever go to a doll show, you are going to see every type of reborn that you could imagine. And all I'm going to tell you is that it's fun, 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 fun. And I am excited. It's nothing like going to a show where you can see the babies in person, hold. Now, before you go over to a booth and just pick up a baby, you really out of respect for the artist and their work, you should ask them, is it okay for you to pick up a baby? Some artists don't want you to touch those babies. So, you know, ask, hey, you know, can I hold the baby? Can I touch the baby? Bob, you know, whatever. Just out of respect for their work and for them. All right. So again, I have the COA for this baby in my scrapbook. All right. So then I have, hold on y'all, I gotta push this back. I had to fix that later. So then I have Flora. And let me see. I think I'm gonna say that right. Yep, Flora is by Priscilla Lopez. And I need to comb her hair. I haven't combed that hair in a minute. So this weekend I did like maintenance and I wiped them down with room temperature distilled water. Made sure all my babies were wiped down. The sun is going down, so it's starting to get a little darker, so I don't have as much natural light. But so far you've been seeing the babies in natural light. And in a few minutes I'll cut the light on because the sun is starting to go down. But yeah, so I'm combing their hair as I present them to you. All right, so this is Flora by Priscilla Lopez. This is my baby Sydney. And I'm going to say this. Selecting colors based on your baby's skin tone and their personality, after a while it becomes important because certain colors bring out certain skin tones better than other colors do. And so when I notice that a color is really making the skin tone glow, I love that. But again, I reborn and rooted this baby as well. And again, I wanted to put pajamas on them because it protects their paint. Like, you're not touching all over them. And like, I just wiped them down this weekend, so I don't want my hands all over them. And I've been doing a trick that I learned from another artist, which is put hand mitts on them so that when you are pulling their hands through the sleeves, you're not stressing that paint. So I've been putting hand mitts on the babies because fingertips and the sides of the hands and all that stuff, sometimes after a while you keep pulling this fabric against that paint. I mean, they are painted. It's art. That paint might start to wear and tear no matter how many layers of varnish and stuff you got on there. After a while, it's wear and tear, and it will happen eventually. So you want to do things to like prevention. You want to be preventative, prevention. You want to be preventative and use those little hand mitts when you're dressing them. You know, everybody has their own strategy for what they think is best for their reborn. So I'm not hardly trying to tell nobody what to do, but everybody has their strategies and tricks and tips that works for them. I'm going to put baby Sydney back. And trust and believe, y'all, after a while, when I first started painting, I thought my babies were beautiful. But looking back, whoo, y'all was being nice. The babies that I have now, there are babies that I actually love that I made. Like, I would never sell those babies. Like, I actually love my babies. So it is something else that happens to you when you start to love your own work and you don't want to give it away. So that's an experience that I'm so thankful to God that I love my own babies that I make. Okay, so the next baby that I'm gonna share, in a little bit I'm gonna pop a light on, but so far I can see, and I still got a good amount of sunlight. So this is Robbie, and he's a big baby. I need to buy him some pajamas, but for now I had this. He's a big boy. This is Robbie by Priscilla Lopez as well. So what I did start to notice is I'm starting to, certain sculptors, I love their babies. So I never go looking for a kit like, oh, I'm looking for that baby. I'm looking for a baby by this person. I'm looking for a baby by that person. I just see the pictures or the blank kits and then the prototypes on like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever social platform I'm on. I see the prototypes and I'm like, oh my God, I love that baby. Oh my God, I love that blank kit. I'm going to get that baby on. And especially when Trueborns, McPherson's or Irresistible starts to help promote the sculptors as they're sculpting, and they're like, oh, this sculptor's about to come out. Stay tuned for the prototype artist pictures, yada yada, and then they start selling the kits, right? So this is Robbie by Priscilla Lopez, and this is he's the biggest boy that I have, and I just enjoyed myself when I made him. But yes, he's a big guy, big baby. So I combed his hair after I did like try to do this video about 11 times. Yeah, his hair been combed. And it's drying now. So I'm putting him back. Oh, and I named him Noah. This is baby Noah. So let's see. Who else am I on the show tonight? All right, I'll show the other preemie. So this is Eva by Priscilla Lopez also. So I have quite a few of Priscilla Lopez kits in my collection. But this is baby Eva. Yeah. And this is my Taryn. I named her Taryn. Now, sometimes the babies, I like to get their stuffing a little further down. So I turn them upside down and get that stuffing back where I want it. And yeah. But this is baby Eva. And I named her Taryn. And she is sculpted by Priscilla Lopez. And she's just so sweet. I love baby Taryn. And she's a preemie, just like little Prim. It's just that her body is a little longer, it seems, because of how her kit was created. But little Prim has more of a scrunch, and her limbs are a little bit more extended. That's the only difference. Okay. So I also have Asenia by Irina Kaplanskaya. And I'm going to show my Asenia. And you guys have seen her quite a bit lately. Now, she has, I believe this is baby locks hair. And I'm going to start cutting the light on because this sun is going down quickly. But she has baby locks hair. And I usually use this comb to comb this hair because it's so fine and it's not a lot of it, because this was the first time and the first hair that I could easily root sparsely. A lot of my babies have a lot of hair and I like a lot of hair, but this baby, I left her sparsely rooted. Yep. So I just touched up her little sparsely rooted hair. But this is Asenia, and I named her Meadow. So this is baby Meadow, and she's so cute. Yep. But her hair is sparsely rooted. She doesn't have a whole bunch of hair like the other babies. But she's so adorable. And yeah, her pajamas are fitting a little big too. But it's okay. Because I just like when you hold them and they have the pajamas on, their paint is protected and you're not touching all over them. And like I said, I just wiped the babies down. And I just don't want, like, I wear lotion, I wear perfume, and sometimes I'll be sweating and curling on, so I don't want all of that on my baby's paint. So I'm gonna put Baby Meadow back, and let's see, who else do I have that I will show? Okay, I'm gonna go and get the open eye baby that I made, because I do have an open eye baby again. So my first baby that I made was this exact kit, but I didn't bond with it. So that baby, that first baby is gone, but I have pictures. So anyway, hold tight. All right. So this is the Real Born Jade Awake. This is Real Born Jade Awake. And the same hair that Asenia had, that was the baby I just showed a few seconds ago. This baby has the same hair. Yep, she has the same hair in her head. And this was my second time doing an awake baby. And I like how she came out. I think I will get better at making awake babies look more realistic. But for my second time, and I've been reborning since 2023, for my second time reborning an awake baby ever, I was pleased with it. So this is Riley. This is baby Riley. And she's so sweet. And she's so floppy, and their head is just the going and the going and the going. And she got the baby scrunch too. So some of these kits have a real nice baby scrunch. And if I didn't tell you this was not real, you would not know it from a couple of glances. But eventually, once I turn her around, you know that this is not a real baby. Right? And if you follow my channel and you watch my channel, you'll understand these are not real babies. They're kids. They're blank kids that are reborn with realism. Elements of realism. Hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, skin tone, veining. It's a lot of work that we put into these babies, and we make them by hand. Can you imagine taking paint and a blank sculpted canvas of a baby and being able to paint it and bring it to life? That's what we're doing. And some people, their painted hair looks really, 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 really good. Gorgeous painted hair. That's just not my preference. I prefer to play in their hair and put barrettes on and all kinds of stuff. So, anywho, I'm going to put baby Raleigh back. Put her back. And I am going to show. So, this is baby Amanda. And originally, baby Amanda was for sale. This was the baby that I had for sale originally. And she is Real Born Evelyn Asleep by Bountiful Baby. She is the Real Born Evelyn Asleep by Bountiful Baby. And I named her Amanda after she didn't sell. But yep, this is my Amanda. And I gave her a little mole on the top of her lip and all that. And I like her hair because how I rooted her hair and how the hair is, it hardly ever gets messed up. Like, it just stays in place. Like, you don't have to really do a whole bunch of combing and restyling of her hair. So I like that about how her hair came out. This is the baby that I just reborn. Like, literally last week. I finished this weekend. I finished this baby. This is the John John by Tainan Freitas. And so I can comb her hair. I'm gonna leave her hair alone after this because I've been hitting her up and hitting her up for a hairdo quite a bit lately. So it's time to give her a break. I'm trying to comb her. You know, I mean, the hair is rooted and it's secured and I glued it in, but still, like I said, these babies are made by hand. She got bed hair right now, so I need to switch the comb. Yep, that's easier. Now I can come back. That wide tooth comb works magic. Now I can come back and style this hair the way I need to style it once I comb through it with the right comb. And I'm going to show you her face in a minute. If you haven't seen baby Anya, that's the name that I gave this baby. But she is the John John sculpt by Tainan Freitas. But if you haven't seen baby Anya, let me pull this back over. This is baby Anya. And she's so sweet. And I literally just finished reborning her this weekend. So, yep, that's baby Anya. And I try to make my babies heavy and flexible, and so that they can have a lot of movement, especially when you're trying to do pictures. If you got a stiff baby, it's going to be hard to photograph them. And she just lays right on you. So sweet. And I love piercing their ears depending on the age of the baby, of the kid. So I did not pierce the ears of the preemie girls. But all the big babies, yeah, they got their ears pierced. Okay, I'm gonna put on your back. And let's see. I'll show a baby that I didn't make. This is the Pickle Kit, and she's another big baby. If you've seen the Pickle Kit and you know Pickle by Nikki Johnston, you know it's a big girl. She's the biggest baby in the nursery. So this is my Pickle Kit, and I named her Samaya. So this is Samaya, and she's so pretty. But yep, now this baby, I did not make this baby. I did not reborn this baby. This baby was made by Kimberly Marquise, the same artist that reborn the Laura by Bonnie Brown for me. So this is the Pickle by Nikki Johnston. And I took her to the doll show with me last year. Yes, I had my Samaya with me last year. She's so sweet. Okay, I'm going to put her back. Ooh, y'all, she heavy. Okay. And then about a month, or I think it's been a month, I reborn Harriet by Harriet is by Cassie Brace, I believe. Yes, I was right. By Cassie Love. So I reborn Harriet. And let me see. Let me get this hair together. Because, woo, child. Some of their hair, I have not bothered hair in a minute. But I like to lay my babies on satin or silk handkerchiefs. Just so that their hair can kind of glide. I don't like their hair on, and I'm not saying that you have to do that, but that is a preference of mine. I like putting handkerchiefs underneath the baby's hair, especially if I'm not picking them up a lot and they got to get that bed hair. At least there's not a lot of friction, in my opinion, when they're laying down. They are laying on something soft and their hair can kind of glide on over that material, that silk or satin handkerchief. And I get it white because I want to make sure there's no dye transfer. So let me say something else. Your babies are painted, right? You don't want to be laying them on a whole bunch of dark colored materials, black, jeans, deep blues, deep purples, and all that kind of stuff, and then laying them down with wet hair, because there could be some dye transfer. So you want to make sure that, and you don't want to lay your babies down with like soaking wet hair. Even though I wet their hair, I didn't soak it. Like you just want to treat your art dolls carefully. These dolls are expensive, they are handmade, and you don't want all that hard work to go to waste because you had dye transfer, or you're not taking care of them. It's a lot of money that you invest in these handmade dolls. So let me see him. Oh, child. I don't know. So this is Harriet. Harriet is a newborn sized baby. Yes, and I named him Langston because I was trying to think of his name before I turned him around. So I named him Langston. And Langston was sculpted by Cassie Brace. And I think I just said that a few seconds ago. But if you didn't catch that, I just said it again. And he's so cute. He got a nice little fat face. Nice little fat baby. But he's small. He is a newborn size. He is not really, 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 really big. He is a tiny little newborn. But he just got cheeks. A lot of cheeks. So I did make this baby as well. Probably like a month ago. Maybe almost 2 months ago I made this baby. And I kind of been laying them up on my shoulder so you can kind of see their size. Okay, I'm going to put him back. And again, like I said, I'm not going to show all the babies. But I showed some of the babies. And that's that. So, I might as well talk about this, because you guys have probably seen 3 different times that I put out about Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, the 4th Tuesday of each month, I am going to, next month, as I thought I was going to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to wait because I need to do some more planning. But on the 4th Tuesday of each month, I am going to do a segment called Alphabet Tuesdays. And I'm pretty much going to take the 26 letters of the alphabet, and I'm going to do a word from the hobby that correlates with the letter. So, like the letter A, authentic. The letter B, Barb. So I'm going to, and I thought that would be a fun way for me to talk about topics that I might want to talk about. And I'm going to call it Alphabet Tuesday. And by the 4th Tuesday of next month, I should be ready for my first letter A. And I should be able to talk about whatever letter A word that I want to start with. And then the following month, which will be June, I will do the letter B. And in the following month, July, I'll do the letter C. So I'll do it till I run through the alphabet once. And I've already listed the alphabet and started listing words from the hobby that correlate with each letter of the alphabet. And so far, I have a lot of words. So I have quite a bit of things to talk about. And I'm going to try to make sure that what I'm saying makes sense and it's going to be edifying, hopefully, to my listeners. But with that being said, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you guys for all of the compliments, the encouraging words, the questions. And I'm going to say this. When people say things that are not favorable and people say things that are not kind, I just keep on moving. Because why give them that energy? Why give them that space, right? They don't deserve that space or that energy. That's not what this is about. This is fun. It is art. It is creativity. It is an amazing hobby to be a part of. I am having fun. There is a whole bunch of people that are into this hobby, and we're all having fun together, and I love it. So if you are interested in being a reborn doll collector, I do highlight other channels on my channel. Please feel free to check out their channels as I participate in tags and highlight other channels. Definitely participate in those channels. And I'm going to try to remember to announce other people that I follow so that you know. Especially, I remember when I first became a part of the community, I didn't really know anybody, right? I didn't know the difference between a scammer and someone who had really had hardcore time in the community and in the hobby. And so it's so easy to get lost in the shuffle, right? So it's so helpful when people who have been in the hobby for a while can share resources and share connections and share the YouTube channels that they follow or websites that they buy from or doll show information that they know about, right? So again, I hope that you guys enjoy it here at Pumpkin Corner Nursery, and I look forward to sharing with you again real soon. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.